Heading towards their next destination, the Melchia Dungeon, Mathias is surprised to learn that a city has been built on top of it. In order to make it there faster, Mathias brings the party through some dangerous, monster-infested woods, while Alma and Lori are worried about it. None of the monsters show up to attack them since they are all afraid of Iris. Mathias goes hunting on his own, bringing back a giant boar for food while also taking out the strongest monster in the forest. After filling their bellies, they head towards the city. Upon arriving in the city, they quickly realize it is very run down and underpopulated. Asking around, they learn that the reason for this is the current lord, who began implementing hazardous practices and sending adventurers to danger or even death. In order to enter the dungeon, they need a guild-issued permit, so they enter the Adventurers Guild to get one. The guild receptionist advises them to reconsider, as getting a permit means they will need to follow the Lord's commands. Even so, Mathias requests the permit to be made. While the permit is being made, another receptionist bursts in asking for assistance to heal injured adventurers. Learning that there are no other capable adventurers left, as most of them have either been sent into the dungeon or banished from the town by the Lord, Mathias and his party go to help. Arriving at the scene, they find the survivors from the latest dungeon exploration party in a very bad shape. Mathias quickly takes control of the scene, directing everyone what to do while he uses his magic to heal the critically injured ones himself. Thanks to their efforts, all of the injured adventurers are staved. Mathias hears that the previous lord suddenly died, at which point the current one took his place. Reasoning that the current lord is either a demon or connected to demons, he sends a secret letter to the king, alerting him about the situation here. The next day, they venture into the dungeon and take out the monster that previously injured all the adventurers. After delivering the monster's head back to the guild, they attract the attention of the local lord. On their way back to the inn, they are followed by thugs. Mathias notices them and after knocking them out, places a tracking spell on them. The next day, they get a response from the king, who sent his representative Ike to give the necessary authority to Mathias so he could capture the Lord of Melchia. Together with Ike, they follow the tracking magic that leads them to the Lord's base. Busting into it, they easily take out the thugs working for the Lord. Finding the place where the Lord is hiding, they capture him after reading the king's decree to him. Searching the place, Mathias finds remains of a burnt letter that holds traces of demon magic on it. From that, he figures that the demons are using the local lord to temper with the dragon vein located in the dungeon, which is larger than the one under the capital. If this one goes out of control, it could cause a worldwide calamity. At that point, an earthquake shakes the city. Mathias notices a large amount of monsters suddenly appearing not too far from the city. Figuring they have just under 2 hours to stop the demons tempering with the dragon vein, Mathias, Iris, Lori, and Alma head for the dungeon, while Ike brings the captured lord to the capital. In the dungeon, Mathias taps into the dragon vein, learning what the demons did to it. He leaves Lori behind to fix the dragon vein with her magic, assisted by Iris and Alma, who will keep her safe from monsters. In the meanwhile, he heads on deeper into the dungeon to where the demons are. Arriving at the location, he finds only one powerful demon. He quickly notices that the demon is communicating with someone using magic, so he taps into their magic connection to listen in. Thanks to that, Mathias learns that the mysterious demon on the other end is extremely old and knowledgeable, telling the one he is facing how to counter his crest. In order to defeat the demon in front of him, Mathias also uses magic to coordinate with Lori, having her assist him through the dragon vein. Thanks to that, Mathias is able to easily overcome the prepared countermeasures, taking out the demon despite him going all out. While trying to track where the old demon is located, the old demon reveals that he was tapping into the magical communication between Mathias and Lori at the same time. Mathias is unable to find the demon's true location, but he is very excited that he will finally get to fight a really strong opponent, promising the demon that he will find him soon enough. Thanks to Lori working on mending the dragon vein, the monsters that appeared before have dispersed. Mathias knows of a location where a magical device lies that will help him track down the old demon. Unfortunately, it is in another nation, the Redenia Alliance, so he and his party return to the capital in order to acquire the king's assistance in crossing the borders. Back in the capital, they find that the second academy is getting rebuilt in face of the demon threat. Ensuring is up to par to protect its students in case of another attack. They inform Edward about the events in Melchia, having him pull some strings with the Adventurers Guild for them, so they will have an easier time in Redenia. Once they get the king's voucher, they depart for Redenia. Crossing the border is easy enough with the voucher, but once in Redenia, they need to enter a restricted area. Only adventurers of a high enough rank are eligible to enter that area. In order to acquire the required rank, they make contact with the local Adventurers Guild. The master of the guild there has already been informed about them, So he does what he can to speed up the process they need to go through in order to rank up. They will need to pass the test from a seasoned, highly ranked adventurer to prove they are good enough. The person in question happens to be Giluas, a top-ranked adventurer who replaced the one the guild master originally planned to ask. Apparently, Giluas has a horrible track record, never letting anyone pass who takes the test with him. But Mathias does not mind, confident that they will be able to meet his expectations. Much to everyone's surprise, Giluas instantly lets Iris, Luri, and Alma pass, only wanting to have a duel with Mathias, because he has heard a lot about him. Mathias is happy to oblige, and the two of them cross swords. Although Giluas is unaware of it, he has incredible talent for using magic in combat, as he does so subconsciously. Even Mathias is impressed with his raw potential and instinct, but that is not enough to defeat Mathias as he overwhelms Giluas with his combat skills. Thus, all of them acquire a high enough rank to enter the restricted area. Before heading off, Mathias gives Giluas a book he wrote about magic, telling him to learn from it as it will help him greatly improve his combat capabilities. When entering the restricted area, Mathias and his party are given special passes. He quickly notices demonic magic imbued into them, holding secret messages. Realizing that whoever is controlling the restricted area must be a demon, they prepare for the group of thugs that tries to ambush them by putting them all to sleep with a magic item. Reaching the city of Phokio within the restricted zone, they immediately notice the presence of many demons inside of it. As it is uncharacteristic of demons to work in large groups like this one, Mathias reasons that they must be Game demons, which is a special kind of demons that cannot use special spells like other demons, but to compensate for it, they always work in groups and fight together. In order to learn about the situation in the city, the party sneaks into it using a hidden passage that Mathias uncovers. Inside of the city, they learn that the humans are being put under a spell, making them unable to think clearly for themselves and only listen to commands. In order to find out what the humans are used for, they follow them into a large factory. Pretending to be under the effect of the spell, they enter the factory, where they learn that the demons are refining large quantities of magical ore in order to create explosives and weapons capable of destroying entire kingdoms. Deciding it is far too dangerous to let the demons continue their operation, Mathias sets up a plan to take advantage of the demons' teamwork and use it against them. Placing the plan into motion, they are able to bait out the demons and take them out little by little, reducing their numbers to manageable levels. Just as the leader of demons realizes what is going on, Giluas shows up, engaging him and the few remaining demons in combat. Apparently, he had a bad feeling about this place and decided to check it out on his own. Mathias and his group make it to the leader of the demons as well, but Giluas does not want them to interfere in his duel with the powerful demon. Giluas is determined to bring down his opponent no matter what it takes, pushing his body to the limit as he fights with all he has got. Mathias notices that Giluas has been reading from his book, as the magic he is using is more focused and deliberate, instead being all based on raw instinct like before. Thanks to that, he is able to prevail against the demon, coming out victorious in the end. Just as they think it is all over, the body of the defeated demon gets possessed by a more powerful one. Mathias intercepts the attack, having the demon announce pending return before the body crumbles to dust. Concerned about the meaning of this, Mathias and his group head quickly towards their original destination, letting Giluas handle the situation in Phokio. Using his authority as top-ranked adventurer, Giluas quickly appoints a new leader in the city, as the citizens have regained their senses after the demons got slain. Upon arriving at their destination, Mathias leads them into some ancient ruins. Luri and Alma are surprised that Mathias knows how everything works, as the ruins are over a millennia old. Mathias is in fact the one who created the ruins in the first place, but he keeps that a secret from them. Upon using the device in the ruins to search for the mysterious old demon, they learn from the gathered information that the demon in question is Zardias. In fact, Zardias has been behind all the demon plots they have come across, as his magical signature is all over those places. Not only that, but he is so powerful that he had these sealed in the past, and now the seal on him is almost broken. Realizing that they do not stand a chance against him as they are, Mathias uses the device to search for other magical items he had created in the past. More specifically, a very powerful sword. Detecting the sword's signature back in the capital of East Kingdom, he figures someone must have found and brought it back after they left the city. With no time to waste, they fly back towards the capital on Eris back. On their way, they suddenly notice an extremely powerful presence heading towards them. Mathias notes that it is Zardias, who has broken out of his seal. And now he sees them as his last obstacle for total world domination. Upon arriving at the capital, Mathias and Iris remain high in the sky to intercept Zardias, while Luri and Alma are sent to fetch the sword, using a special Magistone to track it down. Following the Magistone, the two of them notice that the sword is in the royal treasury. Meanwhile, Mathias and Iris attack Zardias, but they are not strong enough to even inflict damage to him. Deciding to buy time until he gets the sword, Mathias fights defensively, focusing on surviving as much as possible. Alma and Luri make it to the royal treasury, and thanks to the king granting them access, they manage to get in without any trouble. Meanwhile, things are looking bleak for Mathias, who figures he will have to give up his life in order to win at this rate. Upon finding the sword in the treasury, Alma and Luri rush to deliver it to Mathias, but they get stopped along the way by demons. It turns out that Zardias revived the dead bodies of demons they have slain in the capital before. Fortunately for them, the students of the Second Academy, accompanied by Edward, come to their aid. This allows Alma and Luri to bring the sword to Mathias. Zardias taunts Mathias, telling him to stop trying to protect others and to instead focus all of his power into their fight, otherwise he stands no chance. Mathias considers using his remaining magic power to make himself reincarnate into the future once again, as that would give him another chance to prepare to face Zardias. At that point, Luri and Alma deliver the magical sword to him. Zardias uses that opening to pierce Mathias with his blade, killing him on the spot. As the girls are shocked from seeing that the sword's magic activates, it turns out that the condition for the sword's power to be released was the death of its wielder, upon which it revives him and pours an immense amount of magic power into his body. This turns the tide of battle against Zardias, as Mathias is now far stronger than before. After delivering the finishing blow against Zardias, the demon tells Mathias that there are other chaos demons like him out there, and they will succeed in killing him and destroying humanity. It turns out the sword was only a one-time use thing, as it is now broken as a result of activating its power. After the king thanks Mathias and his friends for defending the kingdom yet again, Mathias announces that he will continue being an adventurer, so he refuses any titles or domains as gifts, as he will have no time to manage them. Before they head out on a new adventure, they are summoned by Edward. Meeting with him, they learn that the Seal Empire is attacking along their border with puppets made out of wood. Mathias easily figures out that the magic imbued into the puppets is demon-made, which sets course for their next destination. Hey, thank you for staying all the way till the end. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. It takes only a second, but it means everything to us. Have a great day and see you in the next video.